You join me today as we continue our exploits in Europe and we try and keep pace with the front runners in the Premier League. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode 7 of Irons in the Fire as we try and make a West Ham good and great again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have games for you against Villarreal in the Europa League Group E Round 2, or Match Day 2 should I say, and then we have a local derby against Tottenham in the Premier League, Match Day 7. I'm just a bit perplexed at this precise second because I'd actually done some kit basher kits for when the beta finishes, which, let's face it, is only a week away now, if not sooner. And the kits were loaded, and I've come in to play to record this episode, and the kits have gone back to their original ones, and I'm not sure why at the moment. Dear, I need to figure it out. I've had the same problem on my laptop where I play games in between, and I've just managed to work it out and figure it out and fix it on there, but for some unknown reason they've gone wonky on here. I don't know if it's because I've fixed it on my laptop. It's gone a bit strange on here, but there you go. What I was going to say there was, because I was hoping the new kits were going to be up for you, it was that I'm getting a bit fed up with these, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different and bring them up. And I had said previously we don't mod the game until it goes past the beta version, because if anything's wrong, you sometimes can distort what's going on in the background, and they might turn around and say, oh, it's because you've modded it. So we try and leave it alone, but I had sorted the kits out. Just to say that I did promise that I would do a kit basher tutorial on how to do it. Last year I didn't do it. I will promise to do it this year. So we will get to have a look at that, and hopefully in between, at some point or other, I'll figure out how to get the kits in here. Anyway, what's been happening since you were last with us? Well, since you were last with us, nothing. We played Crystal Palace, lost to them on penalties in the Carabao Cup third round, got knocked out of that. And then we played Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, which we beat them 4-0. Scoring lots of goals, 8 goals in the last episode. In fact, 12 altogether if you include the goals from Crystal Palace, which leaves us like this in the Premier League. Bearing in mind that everybody now has played 7 games. We still remain in 4th on 16 points, 3 points clear of Crystal Palace, Tottenham, who play in our episode today, and Brighton in the rest of the European places. And we are some 4 points clear of Arsenal just outside the European places. Nottingham Forest, Luton and Fulham in that relegation zone. Fulham lost 7 straight and can't find a win yet. Manchester City, 7 straight wins, which has done them very, very good. The Europa League Group E we are in. If we have a look at Group E, Villarreal are there. In fact, if we go into fixtures and results, I think we can go back to the last round, can we? In fact, some games have been played. We didn't play in the last round, Mark. We played in the round. Played in the round before that. We did play in the last round. Where are we then? Oh, there we are. Villarreal beating HJK by 2-0 in that. So both have won. So I won't say today is a decider, because obviously there are 6 matches, but goes a long way. A win against them today puts us in good fettle as it is in that group. If we go back and have a look at the groups then as it stands, we are top on goal difference, 4 goal difference, and from Villarreal, then HJK and KRC Genk. So that is how all that falls out. And then we meet Tottenham, who are currently in 6th place in the Premier League and on a bit of a decent run as well, I think. If we check the Premier League again, let's have a look. Tottenham, out of their last 5 games, have lost 2 and won 3 against our lost 1 and won 4. So that's how all that is materialising itself, shall we say. I don't think there's a lot else to tell you. I came second in the Manager of the Month. I think we might have gone too far for that now. Have we got... where are we? Come on, you can find it. Here we go. Manager of the Month. Comes second to Pep, who's won 7 straight. I mean, you can't really say much more than that. Was equal to him on win ratio and points, though. So it was a split decision, apparently. But given to Pep, in the scheme of things, I think that's all we had to tell you. Medical centre, we have had an injury. Kufal is still out. He's out for another 2 or 3 days. And Pablo Fornells, he's picked up a pulled knee ligament in training, I think that was. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Let's go and have a look at the side then that will face Villarreal in this second match day of the Europa League Group E. And this is the side that will face Villarreal in this Europa League match day 2. Areola in goal, Creswell, Agard, Zuma and Carrera, who is in for the injured Johnson. He is coming back from injury, but I don't think we should subject him, albeit we are subjecting Creswell. But yeah, a bit touch and go, and he's not 100%, as you can see there. So Creswell's a little bit further forward than he is. Souček, Ward-Prowse and Alvarez make up our midfield. Kudus sitting behind Bowen and Watkins up front. Trot, Mavropanos, Paqueta, Thomas, De Thomas, Gabona, Benarama, Ings, Johnson, Emerson, Cornet, Kuda and Robinson make up the bench. And here we are with the Europa League screens. And we're playing 4-3-3 formation. And Villarreal playing in yellow by the looks of it tonight. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Pacheta is their coach. And confirmation of the two teams as they come out. Interestingly, we do have, though we didn't have it, the 2D screen, the kits, we have got 3D kits. Interesting. And the first highlight comes just 2 minutes in, and it was well won. Who won that? It was well won by Kudus. Very good. Passed it to Ward-Prowse in midfield here. We come forward and having to hold back a bit. Alvarez to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse into the area, and he's lost the ball. And a strike by Watkins, but it goes out. Question of whether there should have been a penalty. Ward-Prowse running into the area. No, the defender played the ball, to be fair. Jorgensen with the goal kick. Creswell under that one. Kudos brings it down. Bowen tidies up. Zuma. And looking to steady it up a little bit. Carrera goes out for Ward-Prowse. 12 minutes on the clock. Souček couldn't control that ball and lost it, but Carrera gets back in. Kudus through to Bowen. Bowen too hard over the top. And Carrera, good positioning. Kudus to Bowen. Bowen really just too much power on it. Right down in our far corner. Creswell, Agard, back to Creswell. Creswell finds Souček. Souček, Kudus. It was almost too careless, that. Ward-Prowse and Alvarez in midfield. Alvarez comes forward, has trouble with the referee getting in the way. Watkins, Alvarez gets into a nice position. He's got support from Carrera. Carrera comes forward. Can he get something into the box? He can. Souček heads it into the ground, and his third goal of the season gives us a 1-0 lead. I think it's about 18 minutes. We'll check on the replay. Alvarez, lovely ball. Carrera then takes over, and this is something new in FM24 with this heading into the ground, and it was in the back of the net in 18 minutes. Agard now. Alvarez. Alvarez comes forward. Alvarez goes out to Carrera. Carrera out that wing, crosses it in again. Ooh, Creswell. I think defender got something on that. Creswell crosses it deep. Alvarez heads it down. Watkins. His 4th goal of the season. And with just 20 minutes on the clock, might be 21 to be fair, we go 2 up. So all of a sudden, doing nothing, not finding a way through. We found a way through twice in a couple of minutes. Alvarez, Watkins. It is 20 minutes on the clock. 2 in 2 minutes. They have a throw in now on that far side. It's crossed deep. Foyeth crossed it into the box. Oh, and I presume Areola saved that. And what a save it was. I'd like to see that again, actually. Whether we will or not. Cross in from the corner. And it's Agard heads it out for another corner. Little bit of pressure now from Villarreal. It's crossed in, headed away again, but Kudos gets under that one. We will see the original save now. Look at this deep cross, headed away by Zuma. Foyeth comes into the area, has a shot, and it's turned on. And what a save by Areola. Corner now, Creswell. An in-swinger. Zuma! Oh, just couldn't get it to come down. Jorgensen. It's a deep cross to Zuma. Watkins heads it into the path of Kudos, who's Alvarez there, playing very well together as a team. That's to Bowen. Bowen misses the target. He was offside anyway. Preco with a free kick slung in, headed away by Agard. Ward-Prowse is there though. And James Ward-Prowse doing very well. He's got round his man. Watkins couldn't quite get on the end of it. Good try. Watkins letting the goalkeeper take his kick. Agard gets there. Kudos brings it down nicely. Bowen has Cresswell. Cresswell on the overlap. Cresswell holds the ball up. Ward-Prowse is there. Ward-Prowse to Kudos. Kudos turns. Kudos. Is he going to have a shot? He is. And puts it away. That's his 2nd goal of the season. And on 41 minutes. 42 minutes. Why do they keep scoring goals right on the minute mark? Creswell, lovely, back to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse to Kudos. Kudos tees himself up, creates the space, comes all the way round. And in fact, it is 41 minutes. And we go 3 up. Creswell again now. Creswell, is it going to be 4-0 by half-time? No. Defended well. But Ward-Prowse comes back and just says, excuse me. Takes the ball off him. Ward-Prowse, Kudos. Oh, and the defender made a huge error there. And we go 4 up after 43 minutes. Bit more easier to work that one out. And I won't say this is a walk in the park, but I'll tell you what, made it look easy from a bit of a difficult start. The defender just sort of gave the ball up. And half-time arrives. And what a perfect first half that was. 2 goals from Kudos, who's now on a hat-trick, 41 and 43, 2 goals in 2 minutes. And Souček and Watkins adding the others. 10 shots, 6 on target, 2.08, 84% of the possession. They've had 5 shots, 1 on target, 0.78, and 87% of the possession. No, 49% of the possession. I was looking at the wrong thing there. And our first highlight of the second half. It's 46 minutes on the clock. Ward-Prowse swings it in, and the goalkeeper makes a howler, and Agard gets his goal. I didn't see how many goals he scored, but it will tell you on the screen. And, well, that's a complete howler by Jorgensen. Comes for it. True, just 2. Never going to reach it. And Agard, he just fell nicely for him, puts it away. Highlight from kickoff. And what's going to come of this? Foyeth. 5-0 up. And Creswell. That was easy peasy. Agard. Creswell. We're coasting this at the moment. Bowen to Alvarez. Alvarez. Out to Carrera. We could probably rest some players shortly. Alvarez into the area. And I'm not sure who that was, but it went wide. We'll see now who it is. Lovely ball. Carrera to Alvarez. Alvarez into the area. It was Bowen. He's not hitting the target today. And with 51 minutes on the clock, we're taking Aaron Creswell off. He's picked up a knock. And obviously, having just come back from injury, I'm hoping that's not going to be anything too sinister. He wants to stay on, but we're not going to. Emerson replaces him on the left. A free kick now. Ward-Prowse with a free kick. Swung in. Alvarez! His second goal of the season. Question of whether he was offside or not. So if it is, it's 6-0. VAR checking it. It is awarded. He was onside. And we go 6-0 up. Alvarez, he was when that ball was taken. He ran into a very good position. See the lines now. There's the line. There's the defender playing him on. And with 60 minutes on the clock, we're going to take a number of players off to rest them. Kurt Zuma is coming off. He's been replaced by Mavropanos. James Ward-Prowse, who's had an absolutely stonking game out there. He's replaced by Paqueta. And Gerard Bowen, who's not having such a good day today. He's a bit off the mark. Let's hope it's only a minor blip. Gerard Bowen, he's off. And De Thomas joins Watkins in attack. And we have a highlight. Mavropanos is headed on. And it's come out clear. And De Thomas, Mavropanos, Agard, Mavropanos, who's going backwards. Not sure if he's forgotten which way we're playing. Carrera across it into the area, but it was very low and nobody there. Paqueta now. The new boy's in. That's through. Carrera's been brought down. It is definitely a penalty. Just crept into the penalty area, but Carrera is rolling about. That's not good. And has there been a sending off? I'm not sure. I think that signals that there's a sending off there somewhere. Is Carrera all right? I think he is. Emerson looked as if he'd taken a knock. Yes, he has. Injured, but feels he can shake off the knock. That's okay. So with 70 minutes on the clock, do we want to make our final change? I think we're going to hang on to that final change for the moment. And just to confirm, Bina did get sent off, which is good news. Right, who's taking the penalty then? It's Kudus, because he's on a hat-trick. Of course he is. Kudus, and he's missed. He won't score his hat-trick today. Good save by the goalkeeper, Paqueta. Paqueta swings it in. I think it was Kudos that missed in the what's-its, wasn't it? In the Caribou Cup, to be fair. Mavropanos, Agard, Paqueta, Mavropanos, Carrera, and Kudos. Yeah, telegraphed where he was going to put that. And we come back for another highlight. I'm not sure whether this will continue or not. Hang on, hold on a minute. I just saw that change from 6 to 7 in that top corner. What's gone on? Is this another one of... Do you remember we had it once before where we had ghost goings on, ghost goals, and we missed them? We'll have to come back to it in a minute. Carrera, Alvarez, because we are on the attack. Watkins is travelled all the way back. Souček to Agard. Agard to Souček. Souček comes forward. He's got Emerson, who had picked up a knock. Seems to be okay at the minute. It's crossed in. Oh, just over the top. I'm going to see it again. Souček. Emerson. Emerson crossing it in. And Watkins. And this was the goal that we missed for some reason. Oh, we'll come back to it. Carrera gets into the area and takes a shot. We did miss that. I'm not sure how we missed it, but we missed it. And with 85 minutes on the clock, 86 minutes on the clock, Emerson definitely has got an injury. We've taken him off, and we've brought on Ben Johnson to replace him on the left side. 86 minutes on the clock. Quite sure what's going on here. Mavropanos with a long throw to Kudus. Mavropanos to Kudus on a hat-trick. He's got it. 4th goal of the season. Missed a penalty. Carrera making up for that penalty loss, but it's 8-0 against Villarreal, and we are really quite dominant in this game. Kudus. Mavropanos. Kudus just created the space and whacks it in the back of the net. Highlight from kickoff again. And well tackled by Watkins. Kudus is in again. Oh, man. Has he had a game and a half? Carrera. Alvarez is inside him. Alvarez to Paqueta. It's gone behind. And it's all over. Villarreal will be pleased. But what a display. 8 goals to nothing. 26 shots. 15 of which were on target. Over 50%. 4.86 on the XG. 59% of the possession. They had 6 shots. Just the one on target. 0.86 and 41% of the possession. We even had a ghost goal. A goal we didn't see happen. How did that happen? I really do not know. Anyway, it's put us in the box seat in this particular group. And confirmation of that result. And I'll go and have a look at it in a minute. What I hadn't realised was just how Alvarez had really pulled the strings in midfield. He'd absolutely run the midfield, deserved his goal as well. And he had a 10 rating from that game, and I'm not surprised. So we are top. Played 2, won 2. 12 goals for, nothing against as it currently stands. 6 points at the top of the table. Unless HJK can come and beat us, I think we will potentially be qualified by the end of the first round, having beaten Genk and Villarreal. Genk beating HJK in their match. It was a bit of a topsy-turvy game, 4-2. HJK took the lead after 15 and had a 2-goal lead after 37, but Genk, getting one back just before half-time, stormed it in the second half, made it 4-2. Yeah, they've put themselves in a rather good position. HJK, home and away, coming up in the next games here in the Europa League. And I said I would show you this screen because I think it's deserving if you see lots of green average ratings. But the key players in this, of course, Kudus getting his hat-trick, playing in that position, which is his favoured position, apparently. And he did it to a thing. But, midfield was fantastic. Ward-Prowse played very, very well. But Alvarez definitely did very well in that slot there. Provided one and scored one. He had a very good 10 rating for that. So the only person that was off form tonight and probably good for Villarreal was Bowen, because he had loads of chances in that first half. And Zuma got a 6.9, but that's the worst rating pretty much of everybody was those two. So all in all, very comprehensive. And so too the injuries. Creswell, it was good taking him off. He's only out for a couple of days, so he's good. Not so good news for Emerson, though. Having come back from injury, he's going to be out for now for a couple of weeks. So that's a little bit disappointing. We probably left him on a little bit too long after he had obviously picked up that further injury. And you know I like this screen, and that tells a story. It started off, Villarreal were in it, but that was the end of it. Really took, I think it reflected in what was going on, but once we got our foothold in it, it pretty much took over. And as you will see, comprehensive control of the game, and Alvarez was instrumental in that, as we know. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the second game of the episode. It is a match day 8 in the Premier League against Tottenham, and they are currently in 6th place. Let's have a look at the side that will face Tottenham. And here is the team that will face Tottenham in this Premier League match day 8. And we've got a number of unfit players or injuries, and as the games come around thick and fast, of course, playing the game on Thursday night in the Europa League has hurt us a little bit with regards to recovery time. But we played so well in that game. Let's hope we can carry it on into this game against Tottenham. Areola in goal then. It's Johnson's out on the left today, mainly because we have that injury to Creswell, who can play some part in the game, but he's not 100%, and we don't want to risk him from the outset. And then we have also got that injury to Emerson, who's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So that's a little bit of a knock for us. Ogbonna comes in alongside Zuma, with Mavropanos starting on the right. Souček, Ward-Prowse and Paqueta in that central mid. Souček and Ward-Prowse, of course, played in midweek and played very well. Although Souček, I do notice, isn't he's not, like, he will have to be changed at some point or other. Have we got players for that midfield as well, though? That's the thing. Alvarez is there, of course, but I think they'll share it a little bit. Kudus, who got a fine hat-trick on Thursday, and Bowen and Watkins lead the attack up front. Fabrinsky, Creswell, Alvarez, De Thomas, Agard, Benarama, Antonio, Carrera and Cornet are all on the bench. And here are the two teams, and they are playing a 4-3-3. Richarlison leading the attack for Tottenham, and we are playing a 4-3-3, but slightly different formation. They're playing with a more deeper midfield. Tottenham 6th on 13 points. We are 4th on 16 points. Confirmation of the two teams for you. First highlight coming 22 minutes in. It's been very quiet affair so far. But in fact, we've got a highlight. Ooh, Richarlison's come off the post. I was going to say, the fact that we've got a highlight means that something possibly is going to happen. And it nearly did. Son through to Richarlison and just inches. A free kick for Tottenham. Bissouma. Van de Ven. Davis. Son. We've not had any of the ball really yet so far. Ball going out wide. Mavropanos is there. It's headed down, but Hodgberg gets on the end of it. And it's, as I say, very tight affair. And are we suffering from the midweek exertions? Referee getting in the way. Davis through to Maddison. Maddison, it's pinged and gone over the top. And with nearly 29 minutes on the clock, we suffer another injury. And it's that hat-trick man from the last game, Kudus. Frustrating. I think this, I won't say it's a bug, but certainly causing us all sorts of problems. These injuries that keep cropping up, and really annoying injuries as well. Benarama is going to come on then for Kudus. A very quiet affair as half-time comes. And we've not really done a great deal at all. One shot, one on target, 0.01, 35% of the possession. Tottenham have been, they've not been rampant, but they've definitely been on top. 6 shots, 2 on target, 1.07 on the XG, 65% of the possession. We've got to improve in the second half, because otherwise this is going to be a very difficult afternoon. And that injury to Kudus isn't helping us in the slightest. And making our second change at half-time here, because Souček not only got a yellow card, but he was very tired after the midweek exertions. So we've brought on Carrera, has come on for him. Lucas Paqueta goes out left of the central three. Carrera coming in on the right. Throw in, first highlight, 51 minutes in. And it was Ben Johnson with the throw-in. And Ward-Prowse, Carrera through to Bowen. Bowen is in. Bowen scores his 9th goal. He's offside. Yep, he was offside. See it again. Just not a lot in it, but he was. Son comes forward, well tackled. No penalty given. Carrera tidies up. Carrera gets that ball out, but is giving it away to Emerson Royal. And Ben Johnson looks like he's done for. And that's in. And they've scored. Areola could only parry it. And yeah, we've looked the poor relation here today. And we've survived to the 64th minute. Emerson Royal, Areola could only parry it and Holzberg put it away. And with 64 minutes on the clock, having just conceded that goal, making a couple of changes. Carrera drops back into the right wing-back position. Mavropanos comes off. We've brought on Aaron Creswell on the left-hand side as to replace Ben Johnson, who not only had picked up a yellow card, but wasn't having a good day. So the two wing-backs have come off. And as it stands, that is the changes. We have one change left to make. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, making our final change. No more highlights in between. And Raul de Thomas comes on for Gerard Bowen, who once again has had a bit of a iffy day, really. And it's Tottenham with the corner. Son with the corner. And I think they've just had a change of players while they're waiting. Outswinger cleared, but only far as Pedro Porro, and he's in the area. He scored, and he gets his first goal of the season, and Tottenham go 2 up after 87 and made it look. A 1-0 win would have been acceptable, I guess, but to go 2 down against Tottenham is not the best, and we've not played well at all today. We've looked very tired, and it's all over. And comprehensive win by Tottenham. We did have a couple more shots, not that we saw them. 3 shots, 3 on target, 0.15, 36% of the possession. We didn't get any more of the possession, basically. They had 15 shots, 9 on target, 2.21, 64% of the possession, a 2-0 loss. I think it's just a little bit of a hangover from the Europa League, to be fair. So this round of matches, Arsenal drawing 1-1 with Burnley. Aston Villa beating Wolves 3-1. Brighton losing to Liverpool 4-2. Tottenham, of course, beating us by 2-0. And currently Sheffield United beating Luton by 1-0. We are in 4th. Tottenham right behind us now on goal difference. Then 2 points down to Crystal Palace. A further point down to Liverpool and Arsenal, who are on 13, along with Brighton, all on goal difference, of course. So we're okay. We're still in the Champions League positions. But the other news, or in other news, should I say, Manchester United have finally dropped some points. If we go across here, they drew 1-1 with Manchester United in the Manchester derby. And that is the first couple of points that they've dropped this season. So that is how they've done. Brentford also dropping points, which tightens it up. And had we won today, we would have gone up into 3rd place, but it wasn't to be. Tottenham tucked in behind us, as I say, and Fulham still looking for that first win of the season. They have a game to play, though. If we have a quick look, who are they playing? They are playing Bournemouth, who are in 16th at the moment with 6 points. So that could be an interesting game. That's the Monday games to be played. Really isn't much more to tell you at this stage. I think we'll go and lick our wounds and come back, because we've got another London derby in our next game after an international break. We're coming back for Chelsea and HJK in the Europa League. Can we get a result against Chelsea? Unlike the result against Tottenham, we don't want to lose 2 derbies in a row if we can help it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And comments as well. If you want to leave some comments, it all helps me here on YouTube, and I would appreciate it very, very much. Just one other thing to say. We have hit 90 subscribers in the last couple of days, and I thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel. And don't forget, tell your mates. And if they want to subscribe as well, the subscription rate, as I say, I want to get to the end of the year. I want to be past 100 if we can. And I would love it if you could help me achieve that. Thank you very much. Obviously, subscribing will keep you up to date with all future episodes of Irons in the Fire and our other series, Project Turnaround, and whatever we start once the full fat version of FM24 comes out. I have an idea at the minute, but I'm not too sure whether to do it or not. We'll tell you more about that in due course. The best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. The other thing to mention is if you still haven't bought your copy of FM24, I can't understand why you haven't bought it, but if you haven't, there is a link down below which will save you some money. There's also a discount code. You need to use it before the full VAT version comes out, and it may be later this week. It may be Monday next week. It is originally slated for Monday next week, but it could come out slightly earlier, and the discounts usually finish when the full version comes out. So if you want to get yourself and save yourself some money, now's the time to do it. As I said, link and discount code below, and it helps the channel as well if you follow that link. Thank you very much for doing so. New episodes of Iron in the Fire will be released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. There may well be an extra episode on Wednesday because of the one that we missed from last week. I'm not absolutely sure yet. It depends on how we get the recordings done this week. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 8. It'll either be out on Wednesday or Thursday. Till then, bye-bye.